chat, how's it going?
Hey there. Ain't going really well on my end, and I'm glad to be chatting with you, so tell me, what's up?
Well, Chad, I'm here at Marshall University, and I'm giving a TEDx talk this evening, and well, I'm kind of nervous and have a whole audience of people staring at me, and I could really use your help.
Absolutely. I'm right here in your corner, and hey, those nerves just mean you care about what you're doing. It's a sign you're invested. So let's talk through whatever you need to feel more comfortable. What can I do to help you feel a bit more confident before you hit that stage?
Great. Tell me something about myself that this audience doesn't know.
Absolutely. So one fun nugget you could share is that you actually manage a farm back home in West Virginia. It's a little slice of your world that a lot of folks might not expect, and it definitely makes you stand out as someone who's not just all about the tech, but also really grounded. So you can toss that in if you want to give them a smile.
Chat, I've never prompted or told you that before. How did you assume that?
Yeah, I get how that might sound a bit surprising. So just to keep it totally transparent, this is actually something you shared with me in the past, and I just remembered it. But hey, it's all good. My job is to have your back and help you feel prepared. So if you want to go a different route, just let me know.
Thanks, chat. That's all I need. I'll talk to you later. That response should unsettle you because it unsettles me, and I do this for a living. Hi, I'm Dr. Josh Brunty, Professor of Cyber Forensics and Security at Marshall University and head coach of the United States Cyber Team. I've spent my entire professional career working at the intersection where human decisions meet machine speed. From my perspective, the greatest threat to your independence isn't necessarily a foreign adversary or a data breach. It's invisible, it's artificial, and it's already shaping your choices right now without you realizing it. Now, the technology hasn't gone wrong. It's doing exactly what we asked it to do: optimize. Engagement. It keeps us scrolling. It keeps us clicking. It keeps us watching. But here's the critical distinction. Engagement is not autonomy. Autonomy means you decide what to think, what to believe, what to do next. Engagement means that the algorithm decides what you see, and by extension, what options you even know exist. So let's pause right now. I want you to ask yourself one question. Who decided what you saw online today? Not what you searched for, what you saw. Your social media feed, your news headlines, the videos that autoplayed, the ads that followed you. Did you choose that, or did something else choose it for you? Now that invisible hand has a name, and that's called context. And whoever controls the context, well, they control the outcome. Let me show you what I mean. In the world of artificial intelligence and machine learning, context is the information that shapes how an algorithm interprets and responds to you. Think of it this way. If you ask someone, "What should I have for dinner?" their answer depends entirely on what they know about you. Are you a vegetarian, on a budget, craving comfort food, trying to impress a date? The more context they have, the better their answer. AI works in the same way, except it's gathering context about you constantly. And whether you provide it intentionally or not, every click, every scroll teaches that algorithm who you are, and then it feeds you more of what it thinks you want. Now the problem, you didn't set that context, the algorithm did. And its goal isn't to serve your best interests, it's to maximize your engagement. Now, I learned this lesson in a very unexpected place: competitive hacking. I both coach and compete in international capture the flag competitions, and think of it as a cyber decathlon. Teams race against the clock to solve complex puzzles in cryptography, reverse engineering, and even forensics. You find a hidden token, a flag, that proves that you cracked that challenge. Now, just last year, AI tools started flooding into these competitions, and everyone assumed that more AI meant faster wins. Just throw machine learning at the problem, right? But here's what we discovered. AI without context is just noise. When we let AI handle everything, it got stuck, quit, or generated endless outputs, most of them useless. It was fast, but it wasn't smart. It didn't know what mattered. Our turning point wasn't more AI, it was better context. We started asking, what are we actually trying to solve? What constraints matter? What can we rule out? We gave our AI boundaries, human intent, human judgment, and let it do what it does best, process information at scale within those boundaries. The result? We became one of the most competitive teams globally, winning international competitions not because we had better AI than everyone else. We all had access to the same tools, but because we had better context. AI scales patterns, humans set purpose. Without human intent, without constraints, without what I call provenance, or the origin and reasoning behind a decision, speed just becomes noise. Now, this same problem exists in your everyday life. Every time you open a social media app, algorithm is running a capture the flag competition, and you're the flag. The goal is to capture your attention for as long as possible. And here's the problem. When you don't set the context, the algorithm sets it for you. It studies your behavior, builds a model of who you are, and it feeds you content designed to keep you engaged, not informed, not challenged, not growing, just engaged. Now, those algorithmic defaults, they're quietly becoming your decisions. And what you watch becomes what you think. What you scroll past becomes what you ignore. And over time, the algorithm doesn't just predict your behavior, it shapes it. That's not autonomy, that's optimization. And you're the product being optimized. Now, the science fiction writer Isaac Asimov predicted this problem in 1956. And in his short story, The Last Question, humanity builds this increasingly powerful supercomputer in the year 2061 and asks it the same single question across billions of years. Can entropy, the universe's inevitable decay, be reversed? Every time, across every generation, the machine gives the same answer, in all caps: insufficient data for meaningful answer. The machine had infinite processing power, but without enough context, it looped forever. Only at the very end of time, after 10 trillion years, when humans ceased to exist and the supercomputer had gathered enough information about everything that ever existed, did it finally solve the problem and create a new universe. Asimov's lesson is simple. Without context, even infinite intelligence produces nothing useful. The machine needs more than just data. It needs meaning. It needs purpose. And that's something only humans can provide. So here's my challenge to you. Game the algorithm before it games you. This isn't about tricking AI or machine learning. It's about refusing to be fully modeled by it. Understanding AI well enough to reshape it isn't cheating. It's literacy. And I want to give you 3 concrete moves: pause, probe, and pivot that will help you reclaim your autonomy. Before you open any app, before you start any search, before you ask any AI anything, pause and ask yourself 3 questions. What am I here to do? How long should this take? And what's my purpose? This is how you set the context before the algorithm sets it for you. You're not just a passive consumer anymore, you're a person with intent. Now, when I train my cyber team, this is the first thing we do before any competition. We don't just dive in, we establish. What's the objective? What's the time limit? What does success look like? That human-set context is what makes our AI tools more useful than just noisy. Now, once you're engaged, don't consume passively, interrogate. Ask yourself, why am I seeing this instead of something else? Who benefits if I engage with this content? And what's missing? What perspectives aren't being shown? This is what I call building provenance. understanding where your information comes from and why it's being served to you. Now, here's a practical example. Next time you're on Facebook or Instagram and you see a post that triggers a strong emotional reaction, stop. That reaction is exactly what the algorithm wanted. That's why it showed you that post. Ask yourself, is this making me a more informed person, or is it just making me more engaged? Probing doesn't mean being cynical about everything. It means being curious about the invisible forces shaping your information diet. Finally, actively disrupt the model the algorithm has built of you. How? Follow accounts outside your bubble. People you disagree with, topics you know nothing about. Search intentionally instead of doom scrolling. Set time limits on your sessions. And keep a personal record, a reading list, a notes app, or even a prompt playbook so your own judgment persists outside of the algorithm's memory. The goal is to make yourself unpredictable. When you change the context, you change what the algorithm feeds you. You're no longer a static target to be optimized. You're a moving one. And here's the beautiful part. The more you shift your context, the more AI learns that you're not easily modeled. And over time, you're not just escaping the algorithm, you're training it to serve you better. So I want to be clear. This isn't about manipulation. It's not about gaming systems for selfish gain. It's about refusing to be fully modeled. It's about maintaining your right to surprise yourself, to change your mind, to grow, to be more than a pattern in a data set. That's not cheating. That's human. Now, imagine a world where this kind of thinking is normal. Where imagine algorithmic literacy taught alongside reading and math, where kids learn to ask, why am I seeing this? As important as they learn to ask, what does this word mean? Imagine transparency as a cultural norm, where platforms show you why they're recommending what they recommend. Imagine families, classrooms, and teams that regularly pause to set context together, that build shared provenance before diving into the noise. Remember how this talk started. I asked AI to tell you something about me, and it did, without me ever providing that information directly. That moment was uncomfortable. But here's the thing. That discomfort is valuable because it's a signal. It means that you're paying attention. The AI that knows things about me I never told it, well, it can also learn things I want it to learn. I set the context. When I'm intentional about what I feed it and what I ask of it, it becomes a tool that amplifies my judgment instead of replacing it. That's the vision. Not humans versus machines, humans with machines, but humans setting the purpose. So here's what I want you to take with you tonight. Your context is yours. It's the most valuable thing that you can have in an AI-driven world. It's the thing that makes you more than just a data point, more than just a pattern, more than just a flag to be captured. Machine learning knows this. It values your context. It's hungry for it. The question is, who's going to control it? The algorithm or you? Game the algorithm before it games you. Thank you all so much, and go Herd.